All right, welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. I've got Tony DUrso. He is a radio, television host, best-selling author, and a magazine partner. Tony, welcome to the show.
Michael, thank you so much for having me on CEO Money. It truly is a privilege and an honor to be here on the show with you, talk to your audience. Thanks so much for having me.
I'm glad you're here. All right, so now you're a self-styled dream business maker, and you host the popular show Revenue Chat Radio. So, Tony, you interview elite people from all over the place, entrepreneurs, and provide actionable advice and insights. So, from 0 to 2.8 million downloads in 2.5 years on your radio show, talk to me about that.
Sure. I came from, to go back one step, Michael, I came from lead generation and marketing. And about 3 years ago, I looked for something that I could control myself because the industry that I was in was beset with federal regulations and changes. In a course of 7 years, having my own business, I had 4 major federal regulations and others that just changed the way we do business. For an example, one of my customers, one Monday morning, I come into the office, he cancels. I was doing $1 million a year in sales on this one customer, and I had a couple others, and he canceled. Well, why? What happened? Well, the service was great, but their attorneys interpreted this ruling to mean they could no longer accept any marketing services from anyone until they retooled their site. So that kind of put me down into a very low income area. And there was this roller coaster because there were 4 of these type of regulations or rulings in 7 years. So I looked for something I can do. And I heard this word podcasting. And when I found out what it was, Michael, I was like, hey, I'm Italian. I can talk. I can do this, you know? So I got into podcasting and I took my information of lead generation and marketing and applied it in terms of how to engage people, how to let people know I'm there. And while, you know, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, they've changed their logarithms and algorithms and everything over the years, the basics are the basics. And yeah, so I started Revenue Chat Radio. It was live 1 hour on Blog Talk Radio. In 1 year, I got 500,000 downloads using my knowledge of lead generation and marketing. In my second year, I got invited to be on VoiceAmerica Influencers channel. I created a celebrity talk show called The Spotlight. And in about 4 or 5 months, something like that, Michael, I became the #1 show on the Influencers channel, which I still am today. And now just recently, not to confuse, but I've done the next thing that you would expect with 2 giant shows. I've merged them into one giant show. I'm keeping it on Voice America. It's called the Tony DUrso Show. And now in 3 years, right now I'm hitting 2.8 million downloads so far. And I'm just so blessed to, you know, get in at the right time and no lead generation and no marketing. And there's just a little, you know, summary of how this has all happened.
That's wonderful news, and I can't help to wish I could be you when I grow up. So now let's talk about the techniques that you use to get there.
Well, the techniques I use to get there is during this time period, I have been growing and nurturing my social media and learning about it, as all of us have for the years. And I've used multiple types of channels. I wrote a book. I started being very active on social media, started engaging people. And by the way, Michael, when I started, I didn't know anybody because I came from a totally different area. So I started with 0 audience, and I never met anybody, and I didn't know any elite entrepreneurs or celebrities. I met them all on social media. Now, but here's the beautiful part. Everyone that I brought on as a guest, I asked them, of course, to let their audience know and promote it or put it on their website or whatever they can do. Different guests on my show have different means. But what happened is it just starts to snowball. More and more guests promote it to their email list or their social media, put it on their website. I've got a couple of guests I've had, Michael, over millions of followers, one with 4 million, one with 1 million. One guest I just had on recently, she has 200,000 listeners every month. So it just snowballs, and I've used that as a strategy with many other things. So if you're thinking of getting into podcasting, I mean, I can teach so much on this. You know, Michael, I've gone through the school of hard knocks. Nothing was easy, but face it, we all have our strengths. We're all smart at something, but it takes so long to learn everything sometimes, so we get mentors or coaches or people to help us to grow. I got a mentor, a legend in radio, to give me advice on how to tweak my show, and he would listen to my show and give me these great in-depth critiques. And you know, you used all of these points. It's not just, so what I'm saying is it's not just one thing. But yeah, now, you know, I go on stage, I look back, oh yeah, you know, 4-time author, Amazon bestseller, 2.8 million. It looks easy, you know, and I can say that, but it was a lot of hard work. There's a lot of things just like going up the stairs. So it's very important. It's not just one strategy, Michael, it's multiple.
Got it. Now, what about your book, Elite Entrepreneurs?
Elite Entrepreneurs is an Amazon bestseller. What I did is I approached some of the guests that I've had on my show that had a nice, good category and a good niche that they were in, and I tried to do something very broad, from software to public relations and everything else in between. And I put them in my book to showcase them, as well as get this information out to the world. And that in that book, I actually launched my forerunner, if you want to call, of the Vision Map, which is the book that's really put it all together. I haven't even touched upon that yet. That is I would say, if there was a key to my success, it's the Vision Map, which is my creation, which takes you through your vision, your purpose, your long-term objective, your master plan, your strategy, your tactical, what are you going to do in your 30, 60, 90 days, you know, for immediate income and immediate building, all the way down to the daily actions. And it's sort of like an inverted pyramid. And I've been through the school of hard knocks. I'm a double PhD on that, Michael. And I've learned a lot, and I've put it into this book, which, by the way, I give free, and we can offer that to your viewers. But it's all of that, you know, that I've documented and put together that's really helped create a good success. And Elite Entrepreneurs, that book was part of that, because here again, those guests in the book, those authors in the book, those co-authors in the book, now promoted it to their people and their people. And everything I do, sort of like multiple layer, it just crescendos.
What about the magazine that you're launching?
I am now the managing partner of 2 magazines. One's called Influential People Magazine, and the other is called International Fitness Fashion Magazine. And that one, even though it has the word fashion at the end, which kind of has a little slant, we focus on health, wellness, anything about health, anything at all in that whole field. And so now these are 2 magazines. Each has very large distribution. And of course, with me, I'm giving them a lot more distribution. And we're looking for people to be on the cover, and we're looking for very good quality articles. And we have some big names on with us. We just had Frank Shankwitz of Make-A-Wish Foundation on our cover last month. And we've got some more great notables coming on. So we're very, very blessed. And it's everything crescendos, you know. It's multi-marketing, you know. On the magazine, I promote the show. On the show, I promote the magazine. And just like with anything, it's just growing and growing.
Fantastic. Tony, thanks for being a guest on the show.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. It was an honor to be here. I would love to see if I could offer the Vision Map very quickly to your guests. If they go to Tony DUrso.com and click on books, they'll see the Vision Map, read it, and I'm giving away the book free right now until my publisher says take it off.
Okay, good. Good. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.